the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. Now, I hope you can hear me loud and clear. I know yesterday we had some problems with the audio. It was Isaac, it wasn't me. No, I'm joking. I hope you can hear me clearly. Let's do a quick sound check, shall we? Or better still, come into the live chat and let me know whether you can hear the audio loud and clear. Anyway, whilst you're doing that, while you're trying to sort yourself out, we have 3 parts of the whole, 3 new segments. 1, 2, 3. One to do with Eddie in the Mersey. The other one to do with Mykhailo Mudryk, getting a little bit tired. And the other one I just can't remember. Yeah. Anyhow, it's going to be a short one because I haven't had my din-dins just yet. But we're going to get into this one, the short one, on the other side of this music intro. Yeah, the audio's working all right. Thank goodness for that. Anyway, welcome back to Cannon for the TV. It was Isaac. It wasn't me. Yeah, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. I was just reading the comments there. Mr. CM War Games. Mr. CM War Games, what's this stuff about chucking me off the bus and getting the 50 pence for the lecky? Oi, mate, the lecky's working all right. So far, so good. Touch wood, cross the hands, cross the fingers, and everything else. Cross the fingers, cross the toes. Yeah. Anyhow. Do not subscribe to Cannon for the TV. That's right. I said, do not subscribe to Cannon for the TV. I'd far rather if you just click the like button. That's all you got to do. Click the like button or hit the like button. Don't headbutt the like button. Just tap like Cannon for the TV. Also coming to live chat because it's been populated actually. Not sure why we've not picked up on all the other comments, the cheeky comments in the live chat. But I don't even think Ashley D was not the first one in. It's not even in there. Anyhow, guys, welcome back indeed to the Wednesday evening show over here. I'll tell you what, it's been a really good day. A really, really good day. I'm not sure about your day. I don't even really care about your day, but my day was really good. That's right. Come and complain in the live chat. Who are you going to complain to? I mean, who are you going to complain to? YouTube? Cannon for the TV? I run Cannon for the TV over here. Anyway, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. Do you know what? I think we need to get into the first news segment. So the first news segment is about this youngster. That's right, this youngster over here. Eddie, across the Mersey. Eddie Nketiah. David Seaman's come up with some interesting comments about Eddie across the Mersey. Yeah, David Seaman urges club not to sign another striker as Gabriel Jesus cover in January transfer window. As Mykhailo hails Eddie Nketiah, who's getting better and better. I told you, man, Eddie Nketiah's going to score more goals than Gabriel Jesus. Anyhow, Arsenal should avoid making another striker signing this January transfer window or risk the wrath of their current crop. That is the verdict from Gunners icon David Seaman, who has told Mikel Arteta to hold fire over his transfer ambitions. Now, Arteta has asked the club, apparently, to sign him a striker this month before the transfer window closes. But Arsenal legend Seaman reckons that it could be a bad idea and might upset Eddie Nketiah, who's worked so hard since Jesus' absence. Jesus, that doesn't sound right. Gabriel's absence. He went on to say, if that is a short-term injury, then you don't need a replacement. If it's longer than that, then you've got to think about it because you don't want Jesus and Nketiah being back at full fitness, and then another striker is an overload. Does that upset either striker? I'm sure it would upset Nketiah if he wasn't getting game time. It is a difficult one, and it all depends on the injury status of Jesus. How long is he going to be out for? Now, Nketiah was in form on Monday night when he scored a brace. That's right, a brace against Oxford United in the FA Cup, taking his tally now to 4 goals in his last 4 appearances. Do you hear what I said there? He scored 4 goals in his last 4 appearances. It was elevated some of that fear that was held that Jesus' injury might derail Arsenal's title charge. Yet Arteta has insisted that he still needs reinforcements. The Gunners boss said Eddie is getting better and better, but the problem is that we have only 1 striker, and to cope for that many months until Gabriel Jesus is back is not easy. We have to get the most out of the players that we have at the moment, but it will be great if we can get some reinforcements. Now, the first thing that came to mind when I was reading this is that will Eddie be upset if they do go into the market and buy another striker? I don't think he would. I mean, I remember watching, this, what's it called again? The All or Nothing documentary. Do you need to go past? The All or Nothing documentary. And do you remember the little snippet? I think it was Sambi Lokonga who was complaining. And Eddie said to him, shut up. You're not the only one. I don't think Eddie Nketiah would be upset if Arsenal were to buy an additional striker. He's been patient enough. I think, for me personally, I think he's proved himself when you give him game time. He's proved himself. So would Eddie Nketiah be upset if we were to buy reinforcements? No, he wouldn't. He's a youngster. Yes, he is. Is he a professional? Yes, he is. Has he been patient? Yes, he has. So, David Seaman, I kind of understand what you're saying, but you look at Eddie Nketiah, 4 goals. 4 goals in his last 4 games. And I'm going to say this again. Eddie Nketiah will score more goals than a Gabriel Jesus. That's right, I said it. On a Wednesday evening at 30 minutes after the 5 UK time. Eddie Nketiah will score more goals than Gabriel Jesus. Yeah, go and tell your mum and your dad that I said it. But yeah. I mean, David Seaman is entitled to his own opinion, but I don't think he'll be overly upset. There's a reason why Arteta gave him, the club gave him like a 4-year, is it 4-year, 5-year contract extension, and £100,000 and we're the number 14 because they do believe in him, and he's tailor-made for situations like this. 4 goals in his last 4 games. Gabriel Jesus hasn't scored any goals in his last 10 games. Anyway, that's upset a lot of you. I know it has. That's what we're here for, to upset a lot of you. Right, now, I think for a lot of you, you're probably waiting for some Mykhailo Mudryk, or Mudryk, I don't know, what is it, Mykhailo Mudryk? Anyhow, Mykhailo Mudryk transfer news. Now, Chelsea interest in Mykhailo Mudryk only exploratory as Arsenal close in on the deal. I'm going to get into that towards the end, actually. But apparently, from this point of view, Chelsea are playing down their level of interest in Mykhailo Mudryk, and have been surprised by their strong links with the Shakhtar Donetsk winger, according to reports. You couldn't make it up. Chelsea, meanwhile, have also made an approach to Shakhtar Donetsk they just made an approach, asking questions about Mudryk this month, and hosted the Ukrainian club's director, Dihado Cerna. Is that Cerna? Did he not play for Fulham, didn't he? I think. I mean, I'm thinking of somebody else. On Monday night in Ukraine, claimed Arsenal are now close to finalising an agreement with Shakhtar Donetsk for Mudryk. And the Telegraph's Matt Law has revealed that Chelsea's interest in Mudryk is not as advanced as some people were to have thought. Mudryk, one for that I gather is more at the moment exploratory, Law said, of Chelsea's interest on another platform. They want to know what the deal is with Mudryk. They want to know how far down the line it is or isn't with Arsenal. They want to know what is the asking price. I think the asking price is something like £88 million. I don't think Chelsea have any intention of even bidding anywhere near £88 million for Mudryk. So that is that. Now, what I wanted to say is, I've forgotten now. What did I want to say about? Well, we know actually within the last few hours, you know, João Felix has signed on a permanent deal for Chelsea. Good luck to them. Good luck to them. Mudryk, someone posted a little video, I think, of Mudryk training with Shakhtar Donetsk and the coach. And the caption is, Mykhailo will be staying at Shakhtar Donetsk. Could I care less? I couldn't really care less. Is he coming? Nobody knows. Is he staying? Nobody knows. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I just thought it was very interesting that the video, I can't show the video, unfortunately. He's training with his teammates at Shakhtar Donetsk. And I think it's with the coach. The caption, well, I guess he's going to be staying with Shakhtar Donetsk. I couldn't really care less. Anyhow, the last news segment is about this youngster here, midfielder, Kevin Campbell, has criticised Albert Sambi Lokonga after the Arsenal win against Oxford United. Kevin Campbell has told another platform that Sambi Lokonga looked way off it during Arsenal's FA Cup win over Oxford United on Monday, suggesting that the Belgian was not good enough. He has found it difficult to force his way into Mikel Arteta's plans this season, and Campbell has suggested that he failed to prove any kind of point to the boss in his appearance on Monday. They're trying, but you get an opportunity against Oxford, you've got to take it. Kieran Tierney did all right, but Lokonga, he wants to stake his claim. He looked way off it. He did. He didn't look good enough tonight, he told another platform. For the manager to trust you, to put you in, you've got to start taking these opportunities. So if anyone happens in the first team, Sambi's already. Sambi's not ready. To affect the game, he's had to take Sambi off. It is hard to see where Arsenal go with Lokonga. He is well down the pecking order. He has not played in the Premier League since the North London derby at the I think the very start of October. Lokonga should have the potential to be better than Mohamed El-Neni. However, Arteta knows exactly what he's going to get from the Egyptian, and that is exactly what Arsenal need with so much more on the line. Perhaps a loan move is needed. It's too soon to write Lokonga off. He's only 23. He hasn't played a lot of football over the last couple of years. But having said that, Arsenal receive a significant offer. You would imagine that they would not necessarily be against the idea of letting him leave on a permanent deal. For me personally, I think I'm looking at that and I'm thinking we're going to be fair to him. I mean, in the report, what he's saying there, he is down the pecking order, but he's also not played many games. So if you're leaving it to show your manager or coach during training that you're ready, but no one's getting injured or no one's going to form, what can you do? So the longer you stay out, it's like you're playing catch up. And I'm going to frame it like this: if you gave a Sambi Lokonga, let's just say, for sake, 15 games, starting the Premier League games, then we'd probably have a better idea. But this guy's had a stop-start career since he's come to Arsenal, and he's been injured as well. So, yeah, I mean, hadn't played since October, November, December, January, February. So what am I talking about? October, November, December, January. 3 months of not playing for Arsenal. And then you expect the guy to hit the ground running. It doesn't always happen that way. But anyhow, these or those have been the 3 parts of 2 segments currently running on this Wednesday evening show over here on Canon Fodder TV, the channel for Arsenal fans all over. It sounds like I'm ending the show. I'm not about to end the show. I need to go through the comments in our Twitter feed, and then I'll go into the comments on the live chats. Give me a moment. Anyhow. Let's have a look. Who's this? What's this? Okay, all right. Someone's asking me to. Maybe you'd like to give me a follow back there. Do you check my profile? Well, we'll see. All right. Ardent Guna. Okay. All right. Okay. Maybe let's see. Someone's just saying that they would like me to follow them. Ardent Guna. Okay, thank you for the latest follow on our Twitter feed. Now I believe I can go into the live chat on this Wednesday evening show. Let me know your thoughts about Oxford United game. You know, do you think Sambi Lokonga had such a bad game that he ain't gonna make it? Does he need more time? What is it? Is it a loan deal? Do we need to sell him on a permanent deal? I wouldn't be selling any players. We're thin on the ground at the moment for squad depth. So I wouldn't let the Sambi Lokonga go. And again, I think it's still unfair. You know, he's not played since the North London derby, and then played against Oxford United. You want him? For me, it's unfair. All other players have had minutes. Lokonga hasn't. He hasn't. Anyhow, let's go into the live chat for the first time on this Wednesday evening show over here. We've got Colin Young says, "Hey, that host in the house, raise the roof on his thing." You know what? I need to remove these bottles, man. Remove these bottles. As is going, all drinks were had us on us. We can see his hands, well, never his face, which is a shame because it's such a beautiful face. Thank you for that. What do you want, Richard? You already got your own segment. What do you want, mate? The sound is great. Do some Barry White now, Alex. No, I won't. Not unless you're willing to pay like a little fee for me to do Barry White, but I'm not going to do any Barry White until that point. Come on, Richard. Alex has quite a few bottles on the shelf over there. Work on. Anyhow, let's carry on. Yeah, good idea. A few bottles to relax after a long day. It's been a long, good day. It's been a good day. It's been a good day. Where's Mudryk? Well, he's not here. He's not here. Honestly, I believe they have the right striker. From Balogun is for real. Static. Oh my days! Happy New Year to you, bro. Happy New Year. Hope you're keeping well. I hope you're keeping well. Only 11 likes. 11 likes. Hit the likes. You don't have to subscribe, but hit the likes, please. At least the minimum. Tony, pugilistic boy. Afternoon. Thanks. Yeah, Tony. Quick question. Mudryk, is it happening? Or is it just so fluffy stuff? Is Mudryk going to happen? Not for me. Aaron, good evening. Says we want a substitute because of injuries, please. But we've got squad, but we don't have the squad depth needed. Again, you think about the injuries, suspensions. Yeah, people go off form, and we don't have enough to account for that or these elements there. We don't have the numbers, and that's what I'm saying. With an Albert Sambi Lokonga as an example, I wouldn't be looking to loan him out or sell him. We need the squad depth. Where are we on Mudryk? I think much the same. We just have to wait. We have to wait. I cannot envisage. I do not believe that Arsenal will go out and spend £88 million on Mykhailo Mudryk. A youngster, yes, hasn't played more than 20 games. I can't see it. Really, I can't see it. I know we were talking yesterday with brother Isaac, but I just cannot envisage Arsenal spending that amount of money on a player who's not proven in the Premier League. I can't see it. I can't see it. Yeah, I know. I saw your comments in the WhatsApp group, Colin. 3 goals, Eddie was offside. Just keeping it real. Lucky for no VAR. Eddie has the hot hand. He has to be full of confidence. Absolutely. All Arsenal need is Mudryk. Well, we probably need more than that, Patrick, I think. All we need is just Mudryk. Anyway, if Eddie gets injured, Martinelli can come in. Arsenal does not play a striker game. All our 4 front guys scores, and that's the good thing about it. We're not so reliant on one striker. And that was the question I was going to ask my guest yesterday evening, Isaac. Would you prefer to have 4 or 5 players banging in the goals, or would you prefer to have one out-and-out striker who can guarantee you between 25 and 30 goals a season? So which one would you prefer? Spread the goals amongst 4 to 5 players, or one out-and-out striker that can guarantee you between 25 and 30 goals? I'm convinced the deal is done by the structure of the payments. Okay. Patrick comes back and says, Saka, Eddie, Martinelli, and Odegaard score enough goals to win the league. Okay. Player terms have been agreed. Yes, I did say that actually. Chelsea is just trying to save face. Mudryk is in training with a team in Turkey, but their season is on a break. Mayo, good evening, says watching Mudryk today at the gym. His unhappiness was clearly obvious. A mate want to be a gunner. Yeah, he said it many times. You know, if you don't know what's happening, he's done various videos of him watching Arsenal play. He's done an interview with his good mate's wife, Zinchenko. He wants to come, doesn't he? But at the end of the day, like they say, money is still king. Money is king, man. Yes, it is. It's a loan deal, at least until the end of the season. And there is no option to buy, apparently, for Chelsea. So if he, like, reignites their season with Graham Potter, that's it. There is no option to buy João Felix. And I wish him all the best. I wish them all the best. I do like Graham Potter until he went to Chelsea. Yeah. Sammy needs a loan. Get his price up and get rid. Says, okay. Joseph, good evening. Says, is he coming? Nobody knows. Is he staying? Nobody knows. Best way to put it. Yeah. Nobody knows. Smash those likes up, people. The button needs some loving. Not headbutting, but some loving. Some tapping. Pow! Lokonga is not good enough. He needs to go on loan or cut our losses. Sambi should be stamping his influence over games like this. Okay, yeah, he doesn't get many starts, but still needs to step it up. But how can you step it up when people have this, this concept that if they've been running, doing the drills, during the training, they should be up to speed. Being fit and match fit are 2 different things. I can tell you. I played semi-pro football. It's 2 different things. So I understand what you're saying, Richard, but, unless, for me, the sample is not big enough. Give the guy 15 starts in the Premier League. And if you probably set out the 15, maybe, I don't know, he has a stinker for half those games, then we might have to reconsider. But he hasn't played since October. I think we've been a little bit disingenuous, to be honest. Lokonga needs to be sent on loan so that he can get more game time. And that's the point, isn't it? He needs more game time. The old adage, well, you go for a job and at the interview they say, well, what experience do you have? I don't have no experience. So what are you doing here? I don't know. Well, you need to go and get experience. How can you get experience if you can't get a job? It's like that. The guy needs game time to prove himself, but we can't give him game time. So maybe it could be we need to put him out on loan. I don't know. But I wouldn't be selling him. I would not be selling him. Every media outlet a pressure that the youth, give him a chance, man. Chris, which youth are you asking? Are you talking about? Are you talking about Sambi Lokonga, or are you talking about Mudryk? Who are you talking about, brother? Mo is way better than Sambi. Yeah, he is. He is. He scores disgusting goals, doesn't he? Dixon Peter, good evening from the end of Liberia. Thank you for that. To Mohammed, hi. Ahmed, watching from Sierra Leone. I've got some really good friends who live out there, Sierra Leone. And Guna Matters, Brother Glenwyn, I've sent you a link for a video. I don't know whether you watched it. You've got a twin, man. You've got a twin. I sent you the video. Okay, Patrick says that Sambi's body language during the game is just too bad. Richard Rich, okay, nice one on that. Lots of chatter. Alex needs more liking. Violate that like button, like as if your life depended on it. No headbutting. Do not headbutt your mobile device. Just pow. Just give it a little pop, a little pop, not a bow. Just, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. A loan would be a good idea. See if he can develop into a player good enough to play for us. Vieira does not get a lot of games, but take his chances when he plays. Different position, isn't it? Hey, Colin, I hope you are great over the pond. We need Mudryk now, then later to play left wing and Martinelli up front. Larry, good evening. Says, please, Arsenal should give the boy more time. Yes. Bad game. Okay. I agree with you, Alex, about Lokonga. He wasn't terrible against Oxford, but he needs more competitive football. And that is it. That is it. You know, you're thinking, oh, okay, experience more game. Give the guy more game time. I was going to say, you know, I do like Sambi Lokonga, but again, at the end of the day, the player doesn't owe us anything. We don't owe him anything. You know, no player can be bigger than Arsenal. And I like Smith Rowe, but there's going to be some point in the future when we have to decide, you know, or actually whether he might decide, do you know what? I've had enough of Arsenal and I'm off. And it happens. No player can stay at Arsenal forever. You know, don't get too hepped up and too clued up with these players, you know. Players come and players go. But I do like Sambi Lokonga, and I think he deserves to have more game time. But whether it will happen in this season, whether it's by the fact that, you know, one of our midfielders get injured, we'll have to wait and see. But I would not be looking to sell him off. No, absolutely not. Fridge magnet with a picture of that mug. Huh? What? You're very, very good. Big games are coming thick and fast, and Nketiah cannot be trusted in these games, or we end up losing points. Well, Edward, good evening to you. What I'm going to say to you, what is the alternative? What is the alternative? Do you want Arsenal to go into the market and buy an additional striker? Or are you willing to wait, hold fast, and see how quickly we can get back at Gabriel Jesus? But right back now, Eddie Nketiah is who we have. And I don't think you were there at the beginning of the show, Edward. I said at the beginning, Eddie has scored 4 goals in 4 games. And if you want to compare him like for like, you know, Gabriel Jesus, before he went to the World Cup, didn't score any goals in 10 games. That's right. He's simply not good enough for Arsenal. A loan deal will do him good. And Larry comes back and says Lokonga is a very good player and Arsenal should give him more time, please. Completely agree. If Man City goes ahead of us, we cannot catch them again. We need Mudryk. But listen, no man's an island. You know, it's a team game. It's not a one-player game. I mean, you know, Pele, may his soul rest in peace. He needed all those other players around him to be the player that he was. Not one player, you know, can make it. No man is an island. You know, it's going to take a few more than just one player, Mudryk. You know, you still need to have a goalkeeper, don't you? You still need to have defenders. You still need to have strikers. So one player, Mudryk, central defensive midfielder for me. Smash the, and share the video to the rest of the Gooner family. Yeah, there's always one, isn't it? Talk about a late arrival, man. Nketiah is Europa or FA Cup player and not EPL. Oops. Ashley's here. Work is done. Take over your head. Colin, thank you. You're showing actually how he should moderate. Anyway, and Lokonga needs to step up. My goodness, here, but only 23 thumbs up. Lokonga needs hectic minutes in all competitions. That will definitely help him. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. See us going to about 65 up front, then 15-ish in add-ons. That's still a lot. That's still a lot of money, Richard. That's a lot of money, almost close to our record signing, our current record signing, who we're still paying off for. Where is he? He's in France. Got to be very, very careful that we don't go over the odds. Mudryk is better than Pepe. I wouldn't know. I've never seen Mudryk play. They should be confident with the talent ID that they have now. Raul filled his pockets. Oh, well, okay, let's go on with that. Joseph says, the Mudryk transfer rumors is giving me the Dusan Radovic vibes. Me too. Banging in goals from more players was not really part of our squad for a long time. I'd prefer then only striker. All right, point taken. Anyone is better than not his fan then. Mudryk is nothing like Radovic as the player is actually. No, I think he's talking about how the situation played out, because Dusan Radovic said, actually, no, I never wanted to go to Arsenal. And we took a while. We were focusing on Radovic. And he said, I didn't want to come to Arsenal. He went to Juventus. So they're not talking about the player, the position per se. Anyway, they're pushing a team to sell to Arsenal. Okay. Alex was a semi-pro back in 1963. He knows what he's talking about. Anyway. Training ground is the proving ground. Sambi is not living up to his training appearances. The only summary of not performing at Oxford. Look, I like Sambi, but we can't afford passengers in the next few months. Loan Sambi and get another midfielder in January. I completely disagree. Completely disagree, Richard. Doing awesome good as matters. I need more food. Hey, you know what, brother Guna Matters, Glenwyn, do you know what? When you look at the profile of certain content creators, travel, DIY, electronics, and food channels pulls in the viewers. So I don't know. I mean, maybe you have to think about as well as doing Arsenal content, running alongside that, maybe do like a food channel. Desserts. I told my wife that she needs to probably do that, but she never listens to me. But anyway, did you see the Hammers fan YouTube in his on his onesies? No, I didn't see that. Amit, good evening, Alex. This Mudryk deal is the new Benzema deal. Well, Benzema is still got his GPS, hasn't he? Trying to find his way to the Emirates. But good evening to you. Press the like button gently, because we're about to finish this one up. Robert says Arsenal are highly proactive in terms of transfers. Do you only react when there is when there's a storm? I'll tell you what, there's a storm brewing, man. We spoke about this yesterday. Haven't signed anyone yet. No, I'm still waiting. No one's called me to say, Alex, we've signed somebody. Check out we've signed somebody. Hasn't happened yet. I disagree. First 15 minutes here was poor, only improved when Xhaka and Zini came on. But again, I have to show more when first team stars aren't around him. That's true, actually. I noticed that as well. There's only when he Arteta made those changes there. Oh, it pops up. Fabio who? Vieira who? So if Nketiah gets injured, who is our backup? I miss the days of us having 4 strikers. But we don't need 4 strikers, Amit. We've got 4 or 5 players. I never thought that Ødegaard, I think, is it Martinelli who are top scorers? I never thought Ødegaard would have been top scorer of the season. So I do like the fact we're not relying on one player, one striker to score goals. We've got to spread the burden, man. Have to spread the burden. It's not a burden, is it? The responsibility to score goals. Sambi has to keep working and keep his head up. Absolutely. You did not send the video. I did. Ah, yeah. Oh, it didn't go through. Oh, do you know what? Let me do it now. Then. That's a bit strange. I'll do it now. I thought, oh, look at you. Sorry about this. Bear me a second. This has to be done. It has to be done. Right, here we go. There we go. Right, I sent it now. Check it out. Check it out. Eddie across the Mersey. And he's on fire, man. He is. Hi, how are Mudryk transfer so far to Arsenal? We're still waiting. We're still waiting. Run through this very, very quickly. Edward has scored against Brighton, West Ham, Chelsea, and other Premier League teams. So he has the quality. He just needs to improve consistency. Turner got his goose egg. James B says, "Happy days," and that's the other thing I forgot to mention. Really, really good to see ESR. It's in the game. Back. He got a few minutes, didn't he? Really, really good to see. Needs to stay, I don't know, injury free for at least one season. But good to see him back. George Best, Johan Cruyff, Ronaldinho, who had more flair and oh my goodness. I'll have to say George Best, even though I didn't see too much of him. Cruyff. I'll say Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho, maybe George Best. I never saw George Best play in my lifetime. Sorry. Mudryk will bring some good energy to the club. Riga says, "Good evening, brother. How will you tell me about Arsenal? From Sambi from Uganda. Well, there's not much movement. We've just been talking about Mykhailo Mudryk. It's very interesting that he was training with it. I know they're off season, but it's all speculation. Until we can see the player sign a contract, it is all speculation. Mudryk has a crazy speed and technique. So do you expect from him performance that could prove his price? To be honest, again, I've not run to YouTube to see him play. I don't, my bandwidth of football is so narrow, but I've not run to YouTube and said, oh, okay, this is how he plays. I couldn't tell you how he plays. I've been told he plays across the middle. Predominantly, he'll be competition for a Martinelli on the left. Okay, but I've not run to YouTube to say, oh, yeah, I've not done that. So maybe you're better placed to tell me about, how he could fit into the Arsenal setup. I have no idea. Make Guna themed cakes or food, Alex. Well, not for me. I mean, I've got another channel where I've just kind of been lacking on the content travel video. When my wife and I was traveled around Europe and other parts of the world, but there's some videos on there. There's some videos in there. Sambi is a nana. Something was okay. Thank you for that. Static. Thanks for all you tuning in. 100 of you wonderful gooners. Alas, most of you have a broken like button. What's going on, people? Press the like button. Okay, I'm not asking much. Doesn't cost anything. Doesn't cost anything. Rumor has it Arsenal are hijacking Spurs Trossard deal. To be honest, I like Trossard. I really do like him. Fabio was a classy at Oxford. He was. Only in the second half, though. Sambi should go out on loan. Jason Brown. Sambi got games in a row, and he was so to pass. Teams had worked that out, keep catching him. You're right. Actually, last season he did caught a couple of times. He was slow. Yes. Yeah, I received it now. We'll check it out. You don't have to, man. You guys, you're like brothers, man. Yeah. The second one, if Mudryk joins Arsenal this season, what position would he play? Because Martin is pretty good left wing. So what is your thoughts? Well, as I understand it, he'll be playing in that position there. He'll be competition for Martinelli. Yeah. I thought, oh, okay, left foot. But I've not seen him play. I've not seen him play. Alex, to Static. Nketiah on fire right now, yes. For the entire season, he's been very... But he hasn't played many games. He hasn't played many games, Static. All the performances that he's had, it's been coming off the bench as bit part performances. It's only now because Jesus is out injured, the guy's been given starts in the Premier League. All that what you're talking about there's been bit part, appearances. He needs to step up in the derbies this weekend, but I predict he won't. Prove me wrong, Nketiah. I think somehow he will. I would have preferred Zaha instead of Mudryk. A lot less money, Premier League proven, and an Arsenal supporter. I agree with Static. Nketiah will not take us anywhere. Okay, well, you know what? Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Okay, okay. Thank you for your answers. You're welcome, my friend. And one more, Alex. How does it feel to see? I said from the beginning, I would like Lionel Messi to win it. Not for I don't support Argentina, although I do support a lot of the Central South American clubs, but I just don't like Argentina. But I'm happy for Lionel Messi, but not happy for Emi Martinez and all the antics that he did there. But it's in the game, isn't it? Gamesmanship. Good luck to him. Good luck to him. I'm reading something about Unai Emery not liking Martinez's antics, and maybe he's looking to ship him out from Aston Villa. But good luck to him. Good luck to him. Let's have a look here. Okay, I've done that one already. Question: will Mudryk start this? And that's the other thing, Glenn. I did say, ask that question. If we're going, let's just say, for example, that Arsenal do, splash the cash and meet the demands. Let's just say £8 to £8 million. Do you think he's really coming over to Arsenal just to sit on the bench? The guy is wanting assurances that he's going to play, not to be a bench warmer and just wait for an injury or bit part, performances. The guy's coming over here to play. Static, you're talking utter rubbish. I'm for him at home. I don't know what you mean. Arsenal made Emi Martinez. Did we? Did we really make him? Dear me. Do you know what? We've come to an end on this one. I went on a little bit longer than I thought. 44 minutes and counting. 44 minutes and counting on this Wednesday evening show. However, I will not be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. I will not be doing the Easy Talk on Friday. The Easy Talk is coming back the following Friday. But tomorrow, I think it's going to be the Thursday night show, Thursday night football show with Ange and Richard. I'm not sure if Richard still listening. Yeah, I think they're going to be doing a show tomorrow, actually, 8 p.m. And then on Sunday will be the big Sunday show with Paul, a.k.a. The Bray. Yeah, so although you might not see my ugly face, you'll be seeing Richard and Ange, the First Lady of Canal 4 TV, tomorrow, 8 p.m. UK time. On Sunday, the big Sunday show. You guys have been spoiled. Absolutely spoiled. Now, Richard's just come in and says, there you go. See? There you go. Voila. Yeah, tomorrow, 8 p.m. Before I go, Apollo, you know what? Let me quickly make Apollo a moderator, because what I want Apollo to do, Apollo is where is he? There we go. Add moderator. Right, Apollo brother, I'm not sure if you're still listening, but if you can drop the link into your channel, into the live chat. 1-on-1 on Arsenal, or is it Arsenal 1-on-1? the guys, they do really, really good content. Tony, Pugilistic Boy, is also, you know, a co-host on there. They do really good stuff. We started to do like a collaboration last year, but it was unsustainable because I can no longer do content live shows on a Sunday. But yeah, Apollo, before you go, if you're still there, Apollo, are you still there? I think Apollo's gone. Well, Tony, I'm not sure if you can drop the channel link into the live chat before I do end up the show. Tony. All right, okay. Oh yeah, Apollo. Yeah, drop in the link to your channel in the live chat. And you know what? We have to have a balanced opinion or a balanced view. It can't be all of one thing. There's not two sides to a story. There's three sides to a story. What they said, and the truth somewhere in the middle. You know, but Apollo for me hit the nail on the head about Mykhailo Mudryk. And if you want to know what he said about Mykhailo Mudryk, you have to go over and check out his channel. Go over, subscribe, and check out his channel and see what Apollo has said about Mykhailo Mudryk. For me personally, I'm not interested in Mykhailo Mudryk. Unproven, overpriced, and not for me. Not for me. But that's it. There you go. 101 on Arsenal, guys. You gotta follow, man. You gotta follow. You know, it's a shame we don't do the collaboration anymore, but I do check in when I can on 101 on Arsenal. But they do wicked content. So there's 100 of you watching now. I'm expecting you guys are gonna go over there. At least 50%. Go over and subscribe. There you go. 101 on Arsenal. There we go. There we go. They can't make it any more easy for you. Get your little pinky, yeah, and just gently touch, pop, and subscribe. And check out Apollo's opinion on Mykhailo Mudryk. I too am not interested in Mykhailo Mudryk, and that's just me. Anyhow, this over here has been the last show that I'm going to be doing this week. Check out the Thursday night football show with Ange, the First Lady of California TV, and Richard CM War Games, 8 p.m. I believe. And then on Sunday will be the big Sunday show with Paul, aka The Brave. Anyhow, this has been Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world.